Hi, Bill.
Hey, Ariel. Good to see
All
you.
right, good to see you. We are back for another awesome, interesting session, bringing all our knowledge together to discuss Judaism, Christianity, Latter-day Saints, everything together in order to, bring more hope to humanity and share the knowledge, embrace each other. And today we're going to be talking about the Hanukkah, the holiday of Hanukkah.
Yeah, we as Christians, we think about this time of year, we're always thinking about Christmas and celebration of Jesus. But it's the same time of year that in Judaism they're celebrating Hanukkah. So I'm hoping we can get some good insight today
Yes.
from you about what that is about and what you do.
Yes. So do you want me to start?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay. So the term Hanukkah, it basically means the. Oh my God, this is gonna be a difficult translation. So it's like the establishment or the establishment of a place. So for example, when I buy a new house and I invite people to see it, right? There's like a baby shower, and there something for a house? How do you call that thing?
Housewarming.
Housewarming.
Yeah.
All right. So in Hebrew, it's called Chanukat Bait. Bait is home or house, home basically. Chanukat Bait doesn't. It sounds like Hanukkah because it's the same thing. Chanukat Bait is the let's celebrate that now this is ours, right? Hanukkah. So Hanukkah refers to the fact that Judah the Maccabee was able to gain back control of the temple, the second temple at the time. We're talking about, so the if we're gonna move between the books, the Holy Scriptures, and archaeology and history. So just to mention the time, we're at the second century BC, where a lot of the Jews became, we call it in Hebrew mityavnim, which means became more and more Greek-like, adopted Greek behaviors, even worshiping Greek gods. Many of the priests started doing stuff which are corrupt. And at the end of the day, it was the Mattathias, his family, the Hasmonites, who decided not to go along with this and decided whomever is still loyal to God, to Hashem, we have to fight against this thing, Hellenism.
Hellenism, that is the word.
Yes.
So is this the holiday that has something to do with the oil and the lights? Beautiful.
Yes. So according to the story, what happened is the Holy Temple had a menorah. A menorah is this huge lamp with seven, how do you call them?
Candlestick things.
Candlesticks. Yeah, seven candlesticks, which is different from the lamp that we use in Hanukkah. And I'll explain the difference in a second. It's different. Those are two different ones.
That'll be interesting because I did not know that.
Yes, those are two. So the menorah, I don't know if I have one offhand here.
I have one. I can go grab it.
There's a menorah and there's a Hanukkah. Go grab one and
Okay.
grab what you have. And in the meantime, I'll just share. So the menorah is basically the official symbol of Israel in all its official documents, on my passport, on my ID. This is the usual way of showing. I'll show you in a second. Here we go. So I can show you. Let's see.
Most of them are curved, right? That I've seen.
Yeah, they have curves. Look at this. All right. So this is the menorah, and it has seven candlesticks. Right. This was present in the Holy Temple, and it's also depicted when the Second Temple was destroyed and Titus the general basically expelled so many Jews. He held a huge event and he created the Titus Arch in Rome. It's still there.
I have seen it.
Have you seen it in
I
person?
have.
Oh yes.
It has a menorah on it.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's exactly what I wanted to show you as well. This is the thing. It looks like this. I'll open it up, share my screen, go.
Yep, that is what I saw.
Yeah, so that's engraved within, and it basically symbolizes the Jews that were expelled from Jerusalem and held the things from the Holy Temple. And the government of Israel, upon establishment of Israel, decided that they're going to take this exact menorah with these writing and inscriptions on it and create the official documents for the state of Israel. My passport, my ID, everything, all governmental stuff will always have this specific menorah, not the other one or every other one that you might see on the web. It's this specific menorah. And also an interesting story to say that when the country of Israel was established, the main rabbi of Rome basically gathered all the Jews and they passed through this ark of yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, in order to light this menorah, they had special oil in the holy temple, which was sealed by the main priest, the how do you call it, like the archpriest of the temple.
The high priest.
The high priest, sorry, yes. Yeah. So the Greeks at the time their commander was Antiochus. Antioch, is that the way you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Antioch, yeah. So Antioch basically ravaged through the temple and they opened up all the cans of the oil, basically infecting them. They're supposed to be pure.
They're contaminated.
Contaminated, exactly. But then when Judah the Maccabee came into and was able to conquer the area and came into the temple, they found one small bottle of oil that was still sealed. It wasn't supposed to happen, but they found one. The problem is it only had enough oil there to light the menorah for one day. So in order to do the Hanukkah, this house warming, the temple warming, right? In order to really establish the fact that this is it, we were able to We're back. They lit the menorah.
And it's supposed to be for 7 days, right?
So the thing is that it lasted for 8 days rather than 1 day. And that's why we commemorate Hanukkah for 8 days. So a Chanukiah means a special menorah for the holiday of Hanukkah has...
So this is the one I have.
Yes. So you see you have 8 days and you have one on top, which is a special candle meant for lighting the other candles, right? We call it in Hebrew the shamash. Shamash means the one that is lighting. It's like shemesh is sun. It's like a shamash is the one that you use or mishtamesh in order to light the other candles. So the first day you'll already have 2 candles. One on top and one on the side. You use the one on top to light that one and you put it back in. So and the second day you'll use 3 candles because you need one on top and 2, right? So at the end of the day, each day you're going to have the main candle, the shamash, and the number of days grow and grow. So technically you have 9 sticks here as opposed to 7 in the original menorah.
But that's because it lasted for 8 days.
Yes. So this Hanukkah, this Hanukkah is only for the holiday of Hanukkah, only to commemorate those 8 days, only for this.
Wow. So this year, what is the first day of Hanukkah?
In terms of what? Of the calendar?
Of the calendar we use.
Okay, so it will come out to December 15th.
December 15th. And then it will go 8 days.
Yes.
So just before Christmas.
So a funny story about 8 days, although they're not directly related, when a baby is born, the baby is circumcised after 8 days.
8 days.
Yes.
That's right.
So,
in our church, we baptize children when they're 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So there must be some significance to that number.
Right.
Just like 7 and 12 and all those other numbers.
So when is Christmas celebrated?
December 25th. Now that doesn't mean that's necessarily the day that Jesus was born, but that is the day that we celebrate it.
Is there a reason for that?
We believe, and a lot of scholars believe, that Jesus was actually born in the spring.
Oh, really?
Because, the shepherds were out in the fields with their flocks, and there's just a lot of things that point to that. We personally believe he was born around April 6th. But a lot of Christians have different views.
My birthday is April 7th, by the way.
Beautiful.
So but I have a question for you. So why are you celebrating Jesus' birth on the 25th, but counting on January 1st?
I'm not a scholar, but...
So let me give you my...
Go ahead, and then I'll tell you what I've heard, my understanding.
25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st of December, January 1st.
We're at 8 again.
The day of circumcision. So he was born on the 25th, he was circumcised on January 1st.
That's an interesting way of looking at that.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that many times, but I don't know,
Yeah, I have also heard that in the Roman world, that the 25th was a celebration of the sun, and they kind of used that to keep their celebration under wraps so people wouldn't know they were celebrating a different sun. Now, whether that is true or not, I don't know, but somebody knows, I'm sure. But I think the
So,
important thing is that we understand the meaning behind what we're celebrating, right? And
oh,
how
absolutely.
how it changes us.
Absolutely. For us, basically, Hanukkah is not just yet another holiday. Technically, at the time of King Saul and King David and King Solomon, there was the kingdom of Israel, right? And after the son of King Solomon, Rechavam, I don't know how you say it in English. Basically, the kingdom separated to the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah,
Judah.
and they will never be reunited again. But then, after the destruction of the first temple, the Jews never had autonomy, even though they were back and they were allowed to build their own, the second temple. We're talking about 516 BC, building the rebuilding of the second temple. They never were autonomous. So there were the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, you know it all. But when we got to the Greeks, after Alexander the Great died and the ones he left
Successor.
yeah, so when they took over, so there were so many battles over the area. There was never an independent Jewish state. There was always an autonomy, there was always a presence, they were always praying. But the second time there was an establishment of a Jewish country with an independent army, with borders, with a ruler, was at the time of the Hasmonetes, the Maccabees, basically. So it started in 167 BC with Mattathias, the Hasmonite, who basically objected to the Hellenization of this entire area. Josephus Flavius discusses and talks about how the priests in the temple used to abandon their holy work in order to run and wrestle naked in oil in the gymnasium that was built by the Greeks. Just describing the rot that has spread throughout the people. And so Mattathias had 5 sons. I can only say their names in Hebrew. Yochanan, I think, means John, because it's the same name as the Baptist. Shimon means Simon. Elazar, I don't know if it's translated differently than Elazar. There was Judah the Maccabee and Jonathan, the youngest. And these 5 brave boys were fighting and rebelling against the Greeks, and they died one by one until Simon basically was granted a state for the Jews. And that was the second time there was the kingdom of the Jews, an independent kingdom. It didn't also last very long, about 70 to 80 years, and then it also started dissolving and falling apart.
When the Romans came in.
Yes, and they actually brought them in. It was the descendants, was the grandkids of Simon, who basically started letting the Romans in. That's basically more than just commemorating the Holy Temple, but also the fact that this brought upon the establishment of a Jewish state. And the funny thing is, ironically, I would say, I mentioned that it took about 70 to 80 years until this thing dissolved, the entire country. It happened again. So the first time it happened, King David ruled for 33 years, King Solomon ruled for 40 years. That's 73 years. And after King Solomon, it fell apart. The same thing happened with the Maccabees. Israel is now at its 77th year of since creation. Now, the third time the Jews have their own country.
Wow.
So we are at this critical point whether we're going to change history and not repeat it or not.
Let's change history. What do you think?
Let's change history, for sure.
You can only change history if you understand the past, which is what we're trying to help people do.
Absolutely. All right, so I think that was awesome, very concise, very on point about the holiday of Hanukkah. One more thing that we do in Hanukkah, except turn those dreidels, is eat special donuts. It's not the donuts that you have in Dunkin' Donuts, the round ones with a hole. No, it's actually a dough. You sink it in oil, right? You fry it, and then you inject jam into it, and then you drizzle some sugar powder on it. That's the basic donut that we eat in Hanukkah. And yes, it's called sufganiya. Sufganiya means from the word safug, absorbed. It's like absorbed the oil. Let's say it's not the healthiest food in the world, but yes,
But it's
very,
a holiday, right?
it's a
And
holiday.
you give gifts too, don't you? Just like
We
Christmas.
always give gifts. We only, we don't need much. We always make fun of all our holidays. Is they tried to kill us, they failed. Let's eat. And yes, so that's the purpose of all our
Well,
holidays.
very good. Well, I think we might be getting some candles for our menorah.
That will be awesome. I'll send you all the blessings that you
That
can
was
say.
great.
All right, great.
Thank-
Thank you. So, and we invite you to our next episode in which we will dive deep into the Bible and the translations to Hebrew and English and various translations.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks.